I was, this is uh, Nick the Nipple talking here. I was checking out how the COVID virus vaccine works. There was a broadcast of Pfizer, I guess it was a Frontline documentary, or maybe it was 60 Minutes, and they described how it worked exactly. The vaccines work is that they would generate, they would take the RNA, which is what makes the virus and helps it to replicate itself, and they only took a part that would generate the proteins, the little spike proteins that go on the virus. It would only generate those spike proteins, and then the immune system would recognize those spike proteins. It would know to get rid of anything that had those spike proteins on them. Now, the spike proteins themselves can't do shit. Um, Not without the rest of the virus, the stuff that's contained within inside the virus. What the spike proteins are used to do is to grapple on to a cell, and then um, they permit they kind of, I guess, they unravel, um, the protein unravels, and then it injects itself into the host. But they took the part of the virus that the immune system could recognize if it saw it or if it came in contact with it, and would know what to get rid of. And that was how they generated the vaccine. And it was from somebody at Pfizer that has worked on all sorts of different kinds of things, and then they had enough to go on to actually be able to make a vaccine this way. And so that's what, and so the idea that this vaccine can give you the virus is bullshit, um, because they're literally just cutting it down to something that is recognizable to that the immune system can play with, rather than giving it a complete virus. It just gives it the spike proteins, and so the spike proteins don't do shit. There's no way that you can get COVID from these vaccines. It's all in people's heads, because they're comparing it to how flu vaccines are made, from generating the flu at a slow rate inside of eggs. That has nothing. It's a vaccine, but it's not in the same concept of what a vaccine is, and it can't do shit to you. All it is it's just teaching the immune system how to recognize the spike proteins on the virus. And if it can recognize that, then it can recognize when the virus is in your system. Just looking for the spike proteins. That's all it's doing.